There is a show that a lot of people are talking about called Agatha All Along. I don't know if you want to.
I'm already ahead of you.
You're already ahead of me. See, that's why we do this.
Agatha all along. Agatha all along. I don't see the point in this show. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, everybody, pull up a chair. This is where we're going to have a little bit of a chat.
As shows go, I don't see the point in it. I don't know where the fan base is for this. I don't know where you could call yourself a fan on Agatha Harkness. Not a very well known character in the Marvel universe. I'd
Not
say
at all.
she's definitely not like an A character. She's probably
She's
more
not
like
a front
D or
runner.
E somewhere. I'm not really. I've maybe seen a few comics with her in, but again, not like one that's really made any impact on me at all. The story is this is a few years after Wanda dispelled the area after agreeing to leave because she was nuts. But due to the residual powers of doing the spell in the first place, a lot of the place was still under the illusion that or under the Wanda illusion, I should say. Agatha was the worst affected due to what Wanda did to her in the previous show, and this is her finding her groove, witchy groove back.
I think
Yeah,
the direction they're going is that it is heading towards the October month, the spooky season, as some call it. And if you're into your witches and all that supernatural goodness,
oh well, Angel, thank you.
that is definitely where the show is trying to head towards, is all the supernatural witchy stuff.
Yeah,
But at the same time, we've watched the first episode, haven't
we did.
And I think if you watch it for yourself, you'll be like in our opinion of, you just don't know where to place it quite yet. Maybe it'll get better, but from the pilot, from the first episode, it just seems very disjointed and it seems very bland, and I think the humor is very missed. Like, I don't think they're hitting with the jokes that they're trying to. It's,
Yeah, I didn't
it's a
get the
little
humour.
hit and miss.
I didn't get the humor fell completely on its ass for me. I was just watching that. I considered trying to be funny and
Yeah.
ironic, or
Sarcastic, but it doesn't come across.
yeah, it just comes across as really badly, like a toddler's written the script. You know, it was just yeah, what the fuck.
It is supposed to be aimed at a more childlike audience, but when we watched it, we
I
thought
wouldn't say that was aimed at a childlike audience.
exactly. That's what I was going to say.
I don't know what age group this is supposedly aimed at, but there's nudity in it. There's open gayness in it. Graphic as well. Like it's not like two girls having a smooch. It gets a little bit overcharged sexually, I'd say, in the last 10-15 minutes.
There is gore as well.
Look,
There is
Cobb
blood.
and I are not conservative by any means. Like, we're like, let your freak flag fly, man. Like,
Yeah.
we don't give a shit. But if this is aimed at kids, don't let your kid watch this. 100%. Like, get you just cancel your Disney Plus. Like, do it. Just show Disney you don't want to watch this shit. In all seriousness, though, without satire aside, again, I don't know who the show's made for. I don't know where they're going with it. It's pointless. It's not leading to anything. I feel like this show is the last bastion of what everybody touted as the MCU. I know everybody was saying it. I'm not. Again, I like.
Do you have to go there, Dan? Have to go
But
there.
I mean, it's this. I think this is the last bastion of it. I think this is the last bits of content that was in that time period. You got to think this show has been cut to fuck. It's been reshot so many times because they didn't really know what to do with it. I feel like they've gone they've doubled down on this show because it's.
I think because WandaVision did so well and it did have a good audience. And if you guys agree or disagree, I think that WandaVision was a great show. I loved everything about it. I thought the aesthetic was great. And I think because of the success of that, They've now tried to pull anything they got from it, especially Agatha, and made this series. And you can tell that they're pulling on straws on what to use because they're not knowing where to place her quite yet. Maybe that was the episode we saw. Maybe it will all make sense in a few episodes to come. But this first one, it was definitely, they were trying to throw everything at it, bar nothing at the same time, if that makes any sense.
So it looks, at first glance, I mean, at the first glance, they were trying to take the piss and make a procedural cop drama, is how it starts. And again, it falls flat in his face because it's not funny. The script isn't funny. The overacting isn't funny. They're trying to show you that what she's experienced isn't again, this isn't spoilers. It's in the trailer. They're trying to show you that what she's seeing isn't real. And we get that. But you keep pushing it so fucking hard that by the time it's revealed or she works it out, you're like, oh, fucking hell, it's taken 25 fucking minutes to get this far and I'm exhausted already. Do I really want to watch the rest of this? And I'm a little bit disappointed by...
Audrey Plaza?
Yeah. Because I thought she was very anti this kind of shit, but she's obviously not because she's in it. And I think maybe she joined the project because it's got shock value, but the shock value falls flat because it's too much.
Yes.
It comes out of nowhere. I mean, you can see that like they try to build something between the two characters during the episode, but it falls flat. So there's a sexually charged bit that I feel like they just did to get viewership that, again, falls very flat because they're not... The character, Agatha, is put across as a crazy cat lady, middle-aged, not very attractive in the way because of the way that she is. I don't know why they're trying to make her that way. I'm not really sure. I don't know what they're trying to do with that. And then all of a sudden there's a sexually charged scene that seems like it was odd, like, into the episode, and it didn't bring anything to the story, and it made no fucking sense. And then they dropped a load of names in. Again, I don't read the Agatha comics, Harkness comics, because the character is no interest to me. But those that do know the character, maybe they can explain this to us. But they drop like the 7, like loads of names in the mix, and it's like, I don't know who any of these people are, so I don't really give a shit. And because I've got no emotional attachment to the character, if she gets taken out, all right, cool. That means the season's over and they can move on to somebody else. Because chronologically, it's Agatha after all.
All along.
All along. What the fuck? See, I can't get the fucking name of the show right. You've then got Vision, which is the next part, and then you've got Vision again, which is following the comics. So it starts off with White Vision, and then by the second season, if they do 2 seasons, it will then be the Red and Green Vision, which we know from the comic books. Well, we know White Vision as well, because obviously it was white at one point. But it's him finding his humanity and finding his place in the world, and then rejoining the Avengers. Now, this is the point. I don't understand why this show's a thing. Again, I believe, I guess it's because it is the last remnants of the MCU. This is all the failing stuff. They knew it wasn't going to make any money, but because they've thrown so much money at it, they've got to release it to try and recoup something. Because I think it's like $120 million. I think on this show.
It's a crazy amount of money that they've dropped.
$120 million. $120 million.
My head is spinning.
But supposedly it's a bridge between this and the Vision story. So there's continuity. But in all honesty, you could have just fucked this off and just made the Vision show, and I think more people would have watched it. This story, she stole the Darkhold, which then Wanda got hold of and then started doing all that shenanigans in the Doctor Strange movie. It's keeping in line with the comic books, really, sort of. Again, it's all over the place. But they could have easily have just made her a footnote at the end of Wanda, or maybe just did one of those Marvel shorts they did, and just gone, okay, she's back out in the universe again, and then maybe they could have brought her back in with something else. But giving her her own show, I don't see the fucking point.
I don't think she has the standalone quality as a character as well as a.
No, she's not got enough
plot.
chops. She's like, there's nothing to this character. And again, who is this made for?
I think it's made for people that need a Halloween show throughout September and October. And I think it's trying to be a little bit like Sabrina and mix all those sort of old
Sabrina,
witchy...
if she become a bitter old cat
Yeah.
lady, spinster. So this is basically what Sabrina's aunts look like.
Sabrina's aunt. This is not Agatha all along. Sabrina's aunt.
All along, yeah. So this is older ladies in their 40s and 50s trying to appeal to a younger audience which probably don't really give a flying fuck.
No.
I mean, if you were to put like one of the high points of, I think, probably Disney Plus is when it's Halloween and people just watch Hocus Pocus. They won't watch 2 because that's a fucking train wreck. But they'll watch 1. Hocus Pocus is a great film.
I grew up with Hocus Pocus.
I think it's great. I've got nothing against Halloween. Like, just putting it out there. I know I bitch about it. Like, mostly used to wind people up. I just don't like it when they start banging on about it in fucking September. This is my fucking birthday month, bitch. It's Halloween. As soon as it turns October 1st, you can wank over Halloween all you fucking want. But in September, it's still hot here. We're still sweating our nuts off every fucking day. We don't start getting cold here till like the end of November. So you can fuck off with your Halloween. If we leave our pumpkins outside on the 31st, they cook in the sun.
We'll have pumpkin pie when we go back out.
Yeah.
So.
Again, one of the downsides to having the weekly show, and there aren't many, but there is one or two.
Yeah.
We have to watch this shit so you guys don't have to.
Yeah.
So, and I've got brain rot from watching 1 episode, so I don't know how I'm going to do 6. I hope there's only 6. If there's 8, I'm going to fucking cry, I think.
So just do yourself a favour, chat. Just don't watch it.
We need is Desperate Housewives Witch Edition.
Oh my God.
That is what we need. If Terry Hatcher shows up, I'm done.
Desperate Housewives Witch Edition.
Desperate Housewives Witch Edition. This is what I'm calling it. So if you guys can coin this for us.
Yeah.
Agatha all along is Desperate Housewives Witch Edition.